Hello everyone and welcome back to the Finding Yourself podcast, the mini podcast series centered around movies and TV. I'm your host Kyle Duffy, and in today's episode I want to do something a little bit different and react and give my thoughts on the new Army of Thieves trailer. In the first episode of my podcast I actually reviewed Army of the Dead and I was on the fence about the movie. I really wanted to enjoy the movie, but certain aspects of it let me down, including character development and the writing in general. After I released the first episode of my podcast on Army of the Dead, I got into a conversation with my friend about the movie, about Zack Snyder, about the franchise in general. And when my friend told me about the fact that Zack Snyder might be extending this universe with more movies, I was very excited about that prospect because I really wanted to enjoy the first movie, and I was glad that Zack Snyder would be giving us more movies where we could fully explore the origins of the characters we saw in Army of the Dead. In the case of Army of Thieves, this movie focuses on the origin story of Ludwig Dieter, the safe breaker in Army of the Dead. I found the trailer to be short and sweet. Some movies, when they release trailers, they give us too much and we almost know every plot point of the movie before we actually sit down and watch it, whereas Army of Thieves gave us just enough to get us excited and then give us many plot points that would spoil the movie for us. Because some movies actually do that in their trailers. They give away too much, and when you actually sit down to watch it, it becomes very easy for us as an audience to predict what's going to happen because most of the plot points are given away in the trailer. From the trailer we learn that this movie takes place just after the zombie apocalypse has broken out in America. Dieter and his friends decide to use this zombie outbreak as a distraction to pull off one of the biggest bank heists in history. And really, in essence, that's all the trailer gives us, the premise, which is what the trailer should do. Besides that, it gave us a few action scenes to let us know this movie is going to be pretty good. After viewing the trailer, I am very excited about this movie because I do want to find out more about the characters of Army of Dead. Dieter kind of had a comedic role in Army of Dead, and I'm wondering, will we see the same in this movie? Will he be the comedic sidekick, or will he have more serious scenes and a more serious role to play in the movie? I'm assuming he'll be given more development as a character and we'll get to see more sides to him as a character in Army of Thieves, because really the whole movie is based around his origin story of who he was before the outbreak of the zombie apocalypse affected him. It does look like with the release of this movie that Zack Snyder is planning to broaden the franchise of Army of Dead and give us origin stories of characters before they were affected by the zombie outbreak. And I'm very excited for this as a movie franchise. I'd really like to see how Dave Bautista's character was affected when the zombie outbreak first happened. Maybe this franchise will focus on origin stories of the characters in different timelines of the zombie apocalypse. So we have Dieter in Army of Thieves just as the outbreak starts in America. Maybe we'll have a movie with Dave Bautista's character a month before the outbreak takes place, or the day it takes place. I'm personally hoping that we see a movie that focuses on Vanderhoe's character, who survives the explosion in Las Vegas and gets on a plane with a zombie bite. That would actually give us a movie from the point of view of a patient zero, which we never really see. Zombie movies normally focus on people who have to survive and react to the zombie apocalypse, but it would be really cool to see how they write a movie where the main character is patient zero. I don't know if we have movies like that out there in the mainstream. Maybe this has been done before where it's shot from the perspective of patient zero, but I can't think of any recent zombie movies in the past couple of years who have done it. And with the way Zack Snyder ended his Army of Dead movie, it really gives him the opportunity to make this follow-up movie, and it would be really interesting to see how he goes about writing it and directing it. And looking back now on that movie and how I reacted to it, when I first saw the ending I thought it was a really lazy way to end the movie, but now knowing and having an inkling of what Zack Snyder wants to do with this franchise, I understand the logic of the movie ending that way now. I just hope that we do see that movie come to life and become a reality. Overall, I'm optimistic with how this franchise could pan out. I'm excited for the movies that Zack Snyder has in store for us, including Army of Thieves. I'm always excited about origin story movies. I love a good origin story movie for a character. So I'm really excited about what Zack Snyder has in store for us in terms of origin stories for all the characters in Army of Dead. I'd like to know your thoughts on the trailer of Army of Thieves. If you want to leave me your opinion down in the comments, and also let me know your favorite origin story movie down in the comments below as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode today, and if you like this kind of content, you can always subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every week, and if there's any particular movie or TV show you guys want me to talk about in a podcast episode, let me know in the comments below. Again, I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and thanks for listening.